Hello everybody. I saw this pattern or this picture of a completed project the other day and I really wanted to make it, and I was noticing in the comments how many people were asking for the directions of how to make this. And a lot of times people will upload a picture or something, but they won't tell you how to make it. So I'm going to walk you step by step through how you can look at something like this and figure out how to make it on your own. So I just need I'm getting my other camera set up in case I have some comments and people drop in and I want to be able to see what you're talking about. Okay. I don't know, for some reason again today I can't see it. All right, so let's look at this. This is a cute little container. It's going to hold tea bags. And then the inside, it shows you how they made the tea bags. Hi, Annie G. Nice to see you. I have not forgotten about your request to see the embossing, and I will get to that. I just need to find a way to put my camera over there that's a little more convenient. So, first of all, we want to look at this. So I brought some tea bags in because we're going to have to measure. So we have the inside, then we have the outside. So first we have to get the measurements and figure out how to make these inside pouches before we can figure out how big the entire container needs to be. So I'm just going to take out one tea bag and I'm going to get rid of some of the other things. And I have some beautiful Valentine paper that I want to use for this project today. But first, it's really tempting to go straight to your cardstock, your beautiful paper. Don't do it. Howdy, howdy, K-Rad. Nice to see you. We're talking about making this box that has tea bags. And honestly, this design, I don't love the colors. So we're going to make something for Valentine's Day. So first you need your tea bag. So we're going to take our tea bag and we're going to lay it down. It's kind of like when you're wrapping presents, trying to figure out how large things are and how large you need to make them. And this is just scrap paper I'm working with. So I'm going to go, okay, it's to here, and then it's to here, and then I need a little overhang. I know, this is great science, isn't it? It's not really. People make everything way too hard when they craft. It's really not that tough. So get your paper trimmer out. We're going to trim it. And then we need to see how long it needs to be. So we know it's going to need to be at least as deep as our tea bag is, plus extra, so that we can fold it over. Okay? We're going to do the same thing here. And be like, okay, so we want it to be right up at the top, so we'll mark here. But then we're going to need about that much room for it to fold over. All right, so we've got this here. So now I'm going to take and I'm going to fold this where those lines are. Find your handy dandy Pampered Chef pot scratcher. All right, and then this one is going to be right here. So then we will do a fit test. Does our tea bag fit in here nicely? Yes, it does. And then we need to look at this bottom score line. We're going to fold it over. Okay, so now we know everything is going to fit. Now we will make measurements for this. All right, I really should find a pen instead of writing with Sharpie, but Sharpie is what's handy. All right, let's see here. We're gonna have this be 7 inches wide. So the entire thing is going to be 7 by 4. And then this section is going to be, this is at 3 inches, and that's where we're going to score. And then we're going to do another one at another 3 inches, so we'll do a 6 inch here. Okay, and so we know this is 4 inches, so we also need a score. This is 3 1/4. So now we know exactly how big we need to make our holders. So this looks like this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 holders. All right, so keeping those measurements in mind, now we get to choose our pretty paper. And I do not know what I did with my lid. I'm going to set that over there. Okay, time for some pretty Valentine's paper. This is the paper I bought last year because it was so beautiful. I know, isn't that beautiful? I love it. So we're just going to take an assortment of it. we will do 2 in this one. We'll do 2 in this one. The reason I'm not using the glitter paper for this is it's kind of hard to glue things to the glitter paper. So we're going to go for 6, and we are going to use these designs because they're going to look really cute. Okay, so we get out our big old, I don't know why I have my scoring board here already. We're going to move that off to the side. It's kind of in the way. All right, so keeping our measurements in mind, here we need to cut these to 7 inches wide. And this is 12 by 12 paper. I don't want to put out my extension arm because it takes up too much of my desk. So if it's 12-inch paper and I need 7-inch, I just need to cut off 5 inches. Okay, this is the part we're getting rid of. Just put the 5-inch piece off to the side. You're going to use it later. Okay, so now these are 7 inches, but they have this little perforated area. So we're just going to cut those off because they will mess up our measurements and we don't want them there. I just do that so I'll know exactly where the perforated is without having to remeasure things. Okay. Hope everyone is having a good day. If you're somewhere snowy, we were supposed to get snow. We barely got enough to cover our sidewalks. Yeah, it made me sad. I love snow, but that's okay. All right, so we have 7 inches. So now let's cut these to 4 inches the other direction. And we want 2 of each. We're going to put 6 tea bags in there. Put your scraps off to the side. Oh, can you see what I'm doing? Maybe I should move this up a little bit. Ah, there we go. Now you can see. Sorry about that. At the 4 inches. At the top. I could have prepped some of this ahead of time, but I really like you to be able to see how I make things and how long it actually takes. No snow, it's just cold. You're in the red zone, no travel. Oh, man. Yeah, I was watching everybody else's snowfalls last night. I was actually out playing pickleball while we were waiting for the storm to come. Because I figured if we got the storm, I wouldn't be able to go out and play for a couple of days. But of course, we didn't get the storm. Okay, so now we need to score. I have small scoreboards. I have big scoreboards. I have all kinds of scoreboards because I've been a crafter forever. So you can use whatever you want. Or you can even just, if you don't have a scoreboard, you just go over 3 inches, put a little mark, go down here, 3 inches, put a little mark, and then you use your ruler to line those marks up. So you don't have to have one. It just makes this easier. And you'll probably notice every time I need this out of my way because I can't see where my 6 is. Apparently I did a special project one time and I needed that exact measurement. I didn't realize it was in my way. Well, come on, little tape. I'm trying to peel this tape up. Apparently it's been there for a good long time. Okay, here's my 6 inch. And I always run my finger. Linda's going to tell me she couldn't see what I was doing. There we go. I run my finger because just that little bit of natural oil from your finger will make your stylist slide better. Okay, so that was our 3 inch score and our 6 inch score. So I'm going to do all of those first, so my little ADD brain doesn't forget what I'm doing. See, and when I don't do it, it's really hard to run that there. Okay, 3 inches, 6 inches. I don't know if you all have watched this last, season of Sins of Scientology, but Sandy and Abraham posted something new, that they've got all kinds of new stuff coming up this year. So if you like true crime podcasts, you should definitely subscribe to them on wherever you listen to podcasts. This year it was called Sins of Scientology. Next year I think it's called Sins and Sinners. So interesting things coming up. Okay, we need one more score line at 3 1/4 inch. We'll come over here, 3 1/4. We have to do this on all of them too. I know this is a little monotonous, but the project's going to be super cute when you're done. And I'm thinking about either starting a web page or a Facebook page or an Etsy store or something where I can sell the things that I make during my lives and my videos, because so many people are frustrated anymore with Etsy, where you buy things that say they're homemade and then you get them and they are clearly not homemade. So at least this way, if you bought something, you would know for sure that I had actually made it because you watched me make it. All right, so I'm gonna put the score tool away. Now let's look at one of these. Okay, so we've got our score lines. We can go ahead and fold these. Fold this one up. Okay, so if we put our tea bag in here and we fold this, then we're going to have this standing up. See in the little example here how it's going to stand up there? So that's what we're going for. But mistakes happen. I scored too hard on this one, and I have cut it. So we are going to need an extra one of those. Sometimes when you are doing this and you press too hard with your, we call that thing a stylus, a little tool, you'll go through it. But that's okay. We've got plenty of extra, cardstock. You just bought a bunch of rocks? Hey, me and Taz, nice to see ya. Yeah, it's just cardstock, Granny G. I'll just throw it away and get some more. Because we had all of that we tossed over to the side. So it's fine. Okay, so I'm going to put the two large sides together. Put this flap over. And I have a lot of different ways that I put things together. For projects like this, I like this huge thing. This is a tape runner. So just put your tape on there. It's very sticky, double-sided tape. Put it down. Give a little like that. A little push. And then in order to get the tea bags out, if you notice in the picture, there's a little tiny divot right there. I don't know how my lighting is. Sorry about that. So just take a circle punch and just snip about a half of a circle so that when you put your tea bags in here, the person will be able to actually get them back out. Okay? So, there's the picture, and there's what we've got so far. So we need to do the rest of these really quickly. Now I'll go into speed mode. So y'all have to let me know if you are crafters or if you just enjoy watching crafting. I have been a crafter for so long. My friend used to own a scrapbook store. That was super fun. So I got to teach all of the classes there. And it was actually really funny. When my husband and I got engaged, it was the day I was working a big craft event. And we were having challenges. So you had to pass around a project. Everyone got a few seconds to look at it. And then you had to try to recreate that project. Well, at the end of the day, it was a project that I hadn't made. So I was going to actually get a play. And very competitive, as Rain Virus and I were discussing the other day in Natalie's stream. I'm very competitive, as is she. And they're passing this around. It's a scrapbook layout, so 2 pages. And everyone is looking, and they're smiling, and they're laughing. And I'm like, come on, come on, come on, because the time was ticking, and I really wanted to get this. I really wanted to have my time so I could win this contest we were having. Well, I was the last person, and so when it got to me, it was a 2-page layout with a hand with this ring on it. Someone just commented and I missed it, sorry. And then there was a poem that my husband and I liked, and then he'd written something, will you marry me? And then he came out from behind the back of the store, and that's how he proposed and surprised me with all of my friends there. And so that was super fun. So crafting has always been a part of our family and our lives. And we got that new, I don't know what's going on with this thing. Oh, you ever use one of these and this happens? Like all the adhesive just starts rolling around the wheel. If you do, just open it up. Press the button because that's what releases the tension. And adjust this thing. It just happens sometimes. Hold the wheel down, get it moving, and then you can see there's the sticky stuff again. I wondered what was going on. And but there's that new game. It's called Hues and Cues, and it's about colors, and you have to describe the colors so that the other people on your team can guess what you're saying and which color exactly it is. In my family, we played that last night, and we were so good at it. I mean, not to be braggadocious, but I guess maybe we are. But we were really, really good at it. And every time we all got points. And I've heard so many other people say that they've played it and it's so difficult. So I think it's because my kids have grown up with color. You know, just being in the craft room all the time and just knowing all the different colors and the different ways we explain color. So we thought it was super fun. But I don't think other people would like to play with us because we were too good at it. So if your family is really good at it and you want to challenge us, only halfway kidding. Let us know. Okay, so we have all of these. And once again, if you're just joining us, we're making this thing that holds a bunch of tea bags, and it's going to be a really cute little gift. I don't have a pattern. I'm trying to teach you how to make a pattern, how to choose something that you want. So we're starting with the smallest element and we're working our way out. So we have all of these tea bags. So we know that each one of these flaps is 3/4 of an inch long. And we've got 6 of those. So 6 3/4. It's math with Mama Opal. Yeah, this is always good. Actually my first degree is in finance and economics, so I do know how to do math. It's just okay, so we've got those. So we're going to put that over 4. What's that going to be? 18 over 4 divided by 4. So that would be 4 2. All right, we need 4.5 inches if my math is correct. If my math is not correct, someone correct me very quickly before I cut all of these things. Okay, I don't see anything popping up in the chat. Maybe my math was correct. Okay, I want to use something really pretty for the front of this. Look at these. These are clear, almost like acetate sheets. They're really rubbery though, so they're not acetate. Oh, look at this one. I love it. I love it. I love it. I just don't know how I could use that. Okay, first we're going to have to go with a solid cardstock. Just to... All right. Oh, you know what would be fun? If we used a glitter, but we put the glitter on the inside. So there's a surprise when they open it. I'm doing that. I'm doing a glittery inside with a surprise. Okay, so this has to be at least 4.5. So we know that. We need to get our little marker out here and draw our little picture. So this is going to be long. Okay, so this section we know is 4.5. But then this front section, hey Nancy, welcome into the crafty craziness. I'm teaching people how to make a pattern to do something like this. So then this front piece is going to have to be at least as tall as this, which we might remember is like 3.25. So let's make this, let's make it 3.5. So that means on the back, we're going to have 3.5. So what do we have there? 6, 10, 11. That's 11.5. And cardstock comes in 12 by 12. So we're going to have to piece together. We're going to have to add another piece back here. So, all right, let's just do this first part first. Oh, and we need to know how wide it is. So the width of our little tea bag holder is 3. So let's make the width of this thing 3.5. Okay, we've got some messy measurements. Let's go with it and see. Got to find the big paper trimmer. Okay. Big paper trimmer. So the whole thing is going to be 3.5 inches wide. I'm going to go right down to 3.5. Hold it down with this so you don't cut your fingers. Same thing. This has that little piece. So we're just going to take that little piece off of there. Toss that to the side. Now we need our paper trimmer. I mean our paper scorer. We can actually use the small scorer for this one. If I can figure out where I laid it. Okay, I don't know where I laid it. We'll use the big one. All right, we're going to score on the back side because we don't want to destroy the pretty glitter. So we're going to go to 3.5 inches. Remember, rub your finger. Makes it easier for your tool to glide. And just go over it a couple times lightly. And then this is 4.5 inches, so we'll go a half. 4, so that'll take us out to 8. And then we need another 3.5, which will take us to 11.5. Okay, so this is going to be the outside of our little container. So that when you open it up, there's all this beautiful glitter and it's going to be a big surprise. So we're going to take our little envelopes where the tea bags are going to go. And they're going to stand up inside of here. Okay, we've got 2 of each color, which is what we were going for. So it'll be like, here's one, here's the next one. So we're just going to line those up. So because this is glitter and it takes a little bit of a stronger adhesive, I want to use some liquid glue to put these down so that they'll really have a chance to get in there and hold tight. So I like to use 2 different kinds of glue. One is called Bearly Art Glue, B-E-A-R-L-Y, and then the other one is called Art Glitter Glue. They are both very, very strong. They dry clear, so you don't have to worry about any that spills over. But just like I said the other day, it's like in elementary school, don't use too much glue. Because if it starts squishing out the sides, it's going to make your project ugly. Now remember, it's just cardstock or just paper, and if something happens and you don't like it, throw it away. Start over. You're spending all this time to make something for someone. Put in the effort to make sure that it looks nice when you're done. Okay? I know the other day we talked about my friend who was, not that I was making the sympathy cards for her, but I was thinking about her while I was making those. And you just think, you want people to feel special. And if you send them one of these and the side is ripped out of one of your tea packets and you didn't even bother to fix it, that doesn't make anybody feel special. They just think, wow, that's sloppy. I don't know. Maybe maybe I think my friends are more judgmental than yours, but I just think it's a matter of kindness. That's my word for the year. Do you guys ever do a word for the year? The word for this year is kindness. It's free. It's good. We should all be practicing kindness. So see how this is starting to look? So all of these are just going to stand up just like they did in the picture. And I know I'll have a couple people say, did you practice that ahead of time? I did not. I am not the kind of crafter who ever practices anything ahead of time. I get everything ready at the last minute. And you know what? This is not, it's not going to stick while we are making this. It's going to take extra time. So I'm going to give that glue extra time to dry. And remember, we just took the top of these and we punched half a circle so that we could put our tea bags in here. So when we're done, I will, after all of this dries, I will take a picture and show you the finished product when the little packets are standing up. You know what? I have this one on backwards anyway. Maybe that's why I didn't want to stand up. He knew he was headed the wrong direction in life. Okay, so we'll continue to fill those in. So this is going to come up because all of these are going to be in here. And this is going to come up because it's the front. So now we need something to go across the top of this. So let's look and see what they do. Okay, they've attached another piece here that's going to go over the top and down on the front. So our bottom piece is 4.5 inches, but theirs is kind of like a trapezoid. It's kind of coming in. So we don't want ours to be 4.5 because it's going to be too big. So we're going to go, I think if we go 3.5 on that with a little bit that hangs over on the back. All right, so, all right, let's go with this sheet. Okay. So we know that the whole thing is 3.5. Okay, we got 3.5. And then we want okay, so we want this to be 3.5, and then we need a piece to come down here. So let's do 2 inches. So we're going to have 5.5, and then let's do 2 inches on the back. So that's going to be 7.5. So if it was 7, I would take off 5 inches, but it's 7.5. So I'm going to take off 4.5 inches. I think I got that right. And if not, we'll cut it again. Okay, so we're going to do 2 inches, 3.5. Okay, that works. And we want this to look pretty. So I have a border punch. Let me find my border punch here. And it's going to make the edge scalloped. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have the same design showing on the left and the right before you punch it the first time. Because that's how you center. So you don't end up with a whole scallop on one end and a partial. And then you move this over so that you can see that the design through it. So you line up the design again. Punch. Hi, Maria. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. Just having some crafting fun. All right, so there we have a pretty edge for this one. And so this is going to go here, down the back of this. And we're going to add some pattern paper to all the sides. So don't worry that it looks like it's not going to work. It'll work. Okay, back to our liquid glue for good adhesion. I'm going to put some here too. Okay. And then we're just going to make sure the sides are lined up. And then we're going to press that down. And we got a little over here that's too long, but at the end we'll trim it. Okay, so it's going to come up and it's going to go over. And we're going to have that little trapezoidy look, just like this one does. Okay, and once we get all those tea bags, it'll be filled up. It'll be cute. Okay, so that is the basic design of what we're doing. So then we need to add a handle, and we need to add some pattern paper all over to make it look really cute. So first, let's add our pieces of pattern paper. We need something to cover this because that is unattractive. You just have a plain white front. So we're going to put some of the glittery and special papers out here. We're going to do, you know what, I'm going to mark it with my tool so I don't cut it the wrong size. But let's do the red glitter. All right. So just to make sure we have the exact size, I'm just going to line this up. Okay. I think we're done with our scoring tool. I think that was the last things we had to score. So now we're just in the paper trimmer. You know, I'm really good at making things. I'm really bad at sending things. I don't know why. I guess the fun for me is making it, and then I'm like, I just sit them aside and I don't send things. But I'm going to try to think of somebody that I know who likes tea. Ooh, I know of someone who likes tea. And she might enjoy this. She doesn't drink caffeine, though, so I have to make sure I fill this one up with decaf tea. Debbie, if you're listening, don't listen. Okay, I'm going to trim this with my scissors, and then I'm going to come back to the paper trimmer so that it has a nice even edge. Okay, so we're going to put this one down here. We're going to glue it with liquid glue so that it has a pretty white border all the way around it. The reason I don't usually go edge to edge is because if you're off by just a hair, then it messes everything up. So at least if you go edge to edge, you can move it around and get it to look more even on all four sides. So there we go. So from the front, it's going to have this beautiful look. Oh, sorry, with all the tea bags that are going to be in here. See, now those are sticking. Now that I've given them time to actually stick in there. So let me grab the other ones and we can put those in there too now. All right, so we've got another one with hearts. Just do the repeating pattern of the three that have already stuck really well. Yeah, so when you're doing something, don't get frustrated if it doesn't work right away. Just give it time. Kindness, just like people. Be kind to yourself while you're making your projects. Hope my lighting is okay. We went out to supper yesterday, day before, and I have a bad gluten allergy, and I got gluten, and I'm a little bit miserable today. So I decided I would just make a video. Crafting always chills me out. Gives me something else to think about besides my joints aching from dumb old gluten. We went to a steakhouse, and wouldn't you think that you could just order a steak and have it be gluten-free? Well, I did, and I was wrong. They put seasoning on it that has gluten. So, feeling the pain of that today. All right, so let's see. I think we need one more. Could be wrong, but let's look and see. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we've got. Yeah, and these aren't wanting to stay, but as we just saw before, they will. I have some clamps somewhere. I could clamp them down, but I think it'll be all right. Hold down. Okay. Hold down. Oh, there's the other one. I knew I had one more. Just had to find it. All right, be generous with your glue, but not so generous that it runs over the edge like a kindergartner. Nobody wants that. There we go, and it fits perfectly right along the bottom where we were hoping it would go. It does. Okay, so we've got the front of our thing. We've got this. It looks so cute. I love this, and I'll love it even more once those things permanently decide to stay down there. Okay, so we need to decorate the back because the back looks ugly. And we already have the width correct on this piece of red glitter. So we'll just go to the back and we'll turn it this way to see exactly how wide we want it. Oh, those things just fell out. Okay, we'll trim this one. We're going to glue it up. So about the only thing left to do really is to add a handle. Let everything dry. And let's see what their picture looked like. Oh, they had a little tag on theirs. I could put a little tag on this one if we wanted to. We wanted it to be just like theirs, but I'm never big on exactly recreating someone else's project. I like to add my own spin to things. Okay, there we go. So yeah, okay, I will put those back in and I'll show it to you after after they dry. Okay, so there's our little box. And then the handle on top looks like they just took a piece of cardstock. Yeah, we have this on top. Let's use this. So if the width of the box, here's my ruler. The width of the box was 3.5, and their handle is kind of a zigzag. We want to do that too. So let's make our handle 5.5. And then we can score each. Oh, here's the little scoreboard. Found it. Let's see. Know what I do with the little scoreboard tool. It's white. It looks like a little knife. I don't know. Okay, so we'll go 1 inch, and I'm using the big end of this so that I don't accidentally overscore like I did last time. And we're doing 1 inch, so we'll go here 1 inch. Okay, I'm gonna fold these like this, and you can tell that theirs is sticking up, has like a weird kind of a V shape. I don't really like that, so I'm not doing it. I'm going to make ours just, so I'm going to put this in the middle. See, like, okay, so if I bring this to the edge and I bring this to the edge, we'll have a cute little handle. I think I'm going to use this because it'll dry. I mean, it doesn't have to dry even, it just is. And it's so sticky. Okay, edge to edge. And you see here on the back where I tried to go edge to edge? That's why I don't usually go edge to edge for those things. So I'm just going to trim that off. Okay. I'm going to grab my clips. Hold on a second. If I can find them, I'm going to grab them really fast. Okay, I can't find them, but I do have paper clips because I want you to see how this is all going to look, and I don't want these things falling out at random as I'm trying to show it to you. So we're just going to put them back on their adhesive, use some paper clips to hold it together. Probably should have just done this the first time so they could have dried, but trial and error while crafting, you know how it goes. If you're a crafter, you know how it goes. Otherwise, you think we just do this on the first take. We don't. But I'm surprised. I really haven't thrown away much. I threw away 1 tea packet because I scored it too hard. But a lot of times when I'm making something, I'll just be so excited to make it. I'll just get the pretty paper and I'll start cutting. And then I'm like, oh man. So trying to learn to be a little more patient and not just dive in with the good stuff. Okay. Now those will have time to dry. And we will put tea bags in each one because that's what the project is. Whoa! All right. So we got an apple tea, a strawberry tea. I'm not going to put Earl Grey in because I know that has caffeine. Oh, jasmine tea. What's your favorite kind of tea? I just love chai, so I love spicy teas. I do not like the one, Rooibos, I think it is, R-O-O-B-I-O-S. I tried that one time and I said it tastes like my grandmother's house smelled. And that wasn't good. Okay, so here we go. We've got this, and then it will just come around and be this cute little container that you can just pick up and take. And you could also put some more notes and things inside of this. That's not our picture. Here's our picture. And I have some little Velcro squares. I'm going to find a Velcro to just help hold that together. So that is an idea for, you know what? We need 1 more tea bag. Because I'm like, I'm missing something right here. It's laying really weird. Huh. Okay, just for the sake of how this is going to look, this is not the one I'm going to use because that's the one that I ripped up the sides. I just want it for sizing elements though. Okay. So if you want to make your own pattern for something, start with the smallest element and then work your way out. Or if you've seen something and you want to know how to make it, just send me a picture and I will try to help you figure out how to make it. I used to do directions for my friend Richard when he had his company. I would write all of the project directions. So I'm pretty good at figuring things out. So there you go. That's how this is. I don't love it. I will tell you that. I don't love it. I don't love my color choices. So I'm probably going to remake it, which is also a great option. But the point of today was showing you how to look at a pattern and figure it out. So check my community page probably later today or tomorrow, and I will show you how I redid the colors, because even though I love that pad of paper, I don't like how it came together. And that's just how it is. Yeah, the double-sided tape, the stuff that I have here, Marla, is double-sided tape. The problem is it doesn't stick very well to the rough glitter cardstock. Granny G, you said your problem is that you're always missing something. Yeah, I own all the things. Embarrassingly, I own all the things. It's just a matter of if I can find it. Oh, that's nice, Marla. McCormick sells gluten-free taco seasoning now. I did not know that. I buy Wild Tree taco seasoning, which I really like, but it's really hard to find Wild Tree anymore. I know. Who would think? Who would think? Had to go out with allergy. Yeah, yeah. My daughter and I have so many allergies. All out of foils. Oh no. I love foil. Yeah, I foiled and foiled yesterday. It was so much fun. So yesterday I think that was yesterday, or the day before, we did the diamond art card. And I'm sure Nancy could have probably whipped out that diamond card in like 5 minutes, but it took me a little longer, so I paused and then finished it after the stream. So that's on my community page. So if you want to see it, jump over there and check it out. But we're going to do some fun things later this week with all of these beautiful foiled backgrounds. I made some shorts showing these foils because I love to foil. It makes me so happy. It's like all the fun of glitter without all of the mess of glitter. So there you go. Thanks, people, for joining me. I had a good time. Now I'm going to go eat some pizza. I think my husband made me supper while I was doing this. And hopefully I will see some of you tomorrow in a live stream somewhere. And otherwise, check out the next live or the video that I do. And if you want to see things, let me know. And I know Linda still wants to see how to make cards with napkins, and Granny G wants to see the embossing machine. So those things will be up next. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.